Ooh, spicy question from Dana. Dana C. Period. Do you predict a recession in 2025? I am not going to sit here like the bunch of guys on CNBC saying that there's going to be a recession in 2025 and I'm just going to short all the stocks. I have concerns going into 2025, but do I predict a recession? I no, I can't ever predict something, right? Like the nobody ever predicted that the COVID was going to be such a huge thing in 2020, and the market just tanked in March and April of 2020. And nobody predicted that the market was going to recover so fast from, from down that much all the way to 15% positive return, right? What I am concerned about is unemployment rate. What people forget about is how bad unemployment was in 2008, 2009, and it took all the way till 2017 to get back into the 4% category, right? So the employment situation for June came out with a 4.1% unemployment rate. Before that was 4%, before that was 3.9%. If you go back to the historical data from 2007, end of 2007, the unemployment rate started to creep up from 4%, 4.2, 4.5, and they finished the year, I'm pretty sure it was pretty close to 5%, okay? They should have done something at the end of 2007 and say, holy cow, we need to do something now. And everything just started to collapse. I don't think we're going to see that in 2025. I mean, we could see it again in the future. Hopefully not. That would be very devastating. But I am worried about this unemployment rate creeping up to 4.5%. I mean, we could finish the year with 4.5% unemployment rate, and the jobs data is coming in like definitely more tighter than the year before. Employers are not hiring as much as they used to. That peak is done. So if you're in a job right now, you need to make sure that you hold on to your job. If you feel that's great. But if you need to switch jobs, just make sure that you are for sure going into something that's somewhat safe, right?
By the way, I am so fired up to announce the launch of my private FIRE community for people just like you and me who are passionate about investing, saving, and achieving financial independence and exploring different possibilities to retire early. My private community will allow you to connect with me on the platform and get in touch with other like-minded individuals or couples who are just as serious as you are with the FIRE movement. As a member of my private community, you'll get resources like investing, saving, paying off debt, or finding the right place to grow your money.
Unemployment is one thing. I think inflation is already kind of done, and the Fed they're waiting to cut rates. They're not going to cut rates at the next meeting. That's just my personal opinion. I do think they're going to start cutting rates in September, unless inflation starts to creep up again in the next CPI report that comes out in August, and another CPI reading in September. And if unemployment rate starts to go back down, let's say the jobs report comes in a lot stronger in these summer months, then the Fed could pause on the interest rate cut. And the longer the interest rates remain high, the likelihood of a recession is higher, right? Economics 101. But because so many people retired in 2020, 2021, the jobs market is still there compared to the years before, compared to during the global recession. So my number one concern really is, what unemployment is going to look like. Inflation, I am not so worried about it anymore. But when people start to lose their jobs, it's going to become a domino effect. When you look at the real estate market and people start putting more homes onto the market and then inventory starts to go up, I'm not saying there's a real estate crash, but I'm saying that could be a sign, right? The other thing I want you to pay attention to is the discretionary spending. If you really, want to really nerd out with me on this, is what is going on with the manufacturing and discretionary spending and all the company earnings. And the other thing I want to pay attention to is the labor report on all the job sectors. If those job sectors start to come out weaker, restaurants, services, and all the job sectors that are more focusing on the discretionary side, then we could see some more weaknesses going into late 2024 and 2025. I don't think they're just going to settle with one rate cut. I think they're still going to do 2 rate cuts this year, and then possibly going, just doing the rate cut every single month from going forward. We got an election going on right now, and, we'll see what happens. But yeah, good question, Dana, for putting me in the spot to answer that question. It's a tough one.